Hey everyone, it is Zach here, and I figured out what was going on with this microphone. Although I thought that last video was fine, I accidentally deleted it because when I looked at my video list, it looked like it was uploading it twice, but it turned out that it was just, I don't know what happened. Anyways, I clicked on the second video that was still uploading at like 98% and it canned it. Both of them. So regardless, this one though, I did find the setting. This is the microphone. So did a little bit of reorganizing here in the garage. I brought my heater down. That's not its final location. I actually think that I liked it better when it was up high, but I might move it up high over here because I'm always working back here, so the heat back here would be probably nicer to have. Other than that though, I wanted to swap out my fan. We had the blue box fan up there for the last year, and the box fan worked amazing. It pushed a lot of air, but it was pretty loud. So I wanted to switch it out because I noticed in some of my videos with the box fan pushing down so much air, it made wind noise in the video, and then also it just, you can't hear over it. And the heater actually, now that it's down, now it's loud, so it has to go back up. But somebody on Marketplace was actually selling this fan. I didn't realize how, my wife would call it bougie, how fancy it is, but we rolled up to that person's house, and it was like a $550,000 really nice house, and 25 bucks. Heck yeah, even the light works. I'll show you. Put these extra long connectors on. Let's see, it's that side. Oh yeah. So actually I can turn off the lights and just have that, which might actually be kind of cool if we were having like a fire or something, just to have a little bit of light. But that's the fan's middle speed. So it has one low speed after that and one high speed. And we wired it the same as the box fan. We wired it with a plug, just really simple, and then I can plug it in and plug it and unplug it when need be. Although now I really don't need the plug, I guess, because I could just yank the chain, but whatever, it's nice. With that though, I had to drop the lights down because they were actually right where you see this little mark right there. That's where those lights were, and so the fan blades, you could see the fan spinning in the light, which bothered me, so I had to drop them and widen them a little bit, but that's not bad, especially being that that fan actually pushes a ton of air. Yeah, so that's kind of a little upgrade that I did yesterday, and then I moved this, but I'm not happy with the heater, so we're gonna put it up differently. Honestly, it probably worked nice to have it right up underneath that shelf, and then like blowing in this direction. I don't know which way I want to do it yet, but we'll figure that out. Regardless though, I wanted to do a video here on the car. We've had this Toyota now for 3 months, 2 months, maybe more than 3 months. It was still summertime when I bought it. It's kind of cold now, but yeah, we've had it now for 3 or 4 months, and I thought I would do a little review on it, tell you what I think about it. So I didn't get around to cleaning up the paint on it. It got too cold, and now I have no desire to do it. I did, however, buy everything needed. It's actually, where is it? Oh yeah, this white box here that's taped up. That has all the pads and everything to buff and clean that paint up. So that'll be next year's goal. Who knows if I'll even have it next year, but it'll be next year's goal for now. But otherwise, knock on wood, it's been a solid car. Nothing has came up with it yet, luckily. These General tires I put on there, they're decent tires. My one complaint, which reading the reviews I figured would be a thing, is when you park it overnight. I've had a couple vehicles like this, but you have to drive it for, you know, a couple hundred feet. You can feel where it's sat at night. It's kind of like flat spotted, if you will. But I've had a few vehicles that the tires have done that. We'll see if it bothers me. I can always I got them at discounts, so you can always bring them in and they'll value them or whatever, but it's more prevalent when it's like, today it was like 10 degrees out, so it's more prevalent when it's super cold. But otherwise, it's been a good commuter car back and forth to work. I did clean the interior. It's a little dirty, and I did wrap this center console, had a little tear in it, and I rewrapped that, which was pretty simple. And of course, you guys know we fixed the radio on it. Not that the radio didn't work, but the touch screen was a little iffy on the bottom. We fixed that up. Works great. You can tell it's all dusty now. And my average mile per gallon right now in the winter is 30, and that's over the course. I think I have 2,000 or 3,000 miles on this trip, and it sits right at 29.8, and it goes to like 30.2, which is really good considering you gotta idle it. And then when it was still warm out, it got like 33 to 35. So gas mileage wise, this thing is awesome for being like a mid-size car. My phone at first didn't link up with the infotainment, like the Bluetooth worked, but to change the song, you use your up and down buttons, and it wouldn't work. And I thought that was something to do with the Toyota side, but then my phone updated like a few weeks ago, and now it works just fine like it's supposed to. It'll display the album art and yada yada. So it turned out to be just something on my phone side, not the Toyota side, which was nice. Very comfortable car. Many days coming home from work, you had the AC going and you're just driving, and this car is really smooth, really comfy, and I was almost falling asleep driving home, which I really probably shouldn't admit, but it's the truth. Car seat wise, still holds the car seat good. Kind of the same issue I had in the other vehicle, which I am going to have to make an adjustment, is I don't know if it's all cars, but when I put the seat in there, the base doesn't get locked down as tight as I want, and the seat just like moves, like slides back, and it annoys the heck out of me. So definitely an issue. I have it very tight in there. I mean, I'm really strict about how I put my car seats in. And we spend a lot of money on our car seats. Like this one here was $200 and something, and like the one here in the van, this is like a $300 car seat, which is pretty expensive when it comes to car seats. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I want to spend the money. I want to get a really nice one because I don't want anything to happen and feel like an idiot because of it. But regardless, it's been a very good car, and it hasn't done me any wrong yet, and hopefully it doesn't. We did get some snow, but I was using the van and the trailer those days, so I didn't get a proper tryout of this car in the snow. I've read that this generation Toyota is a beast in the snow. I have yet to find out, so we'll have to check back in on that. But I thought I would just let you guys know it's been good. Fixed a few things. It needed this little chrome piece, needed the radio, which was, I think that was a $17.99 touchscreen that I put in there. And we rewrapped that center console, which was another 15 or 12 bucks or something, and I just took the top off. On the inside there's some plastic parts, but you really didn't have to do much with that. Sprayed it with some 3M adhesive stuff, which I'll show you. Push it on there and let it sit, and it cured up real nice, and it's good. So I'm thinking that those are the only 3 things I have done, and they're just kind of little cosmetic stuff. Next year, when I work on the paint, I also want to work on maybe trying to take out a few little dents that I see. This dent here, I don't know why, but every car seems to get that dent. But we're going to try to pull out just a couple of the little body dents. They'll definitely show more when it's shined up, but the issue I have with the paint is a bunch of little directional micro scratches, which from what I understand, that's actually, it's not good, but it's not bad. What that tells me is this person went through a lot of touch car washes. They probably had one of those memberships, and they washed it a lot. And the only reason why I think that's true is when I I'm watching Steve Lemonor or whatever. He's like a HVAC guy. I love his videos because I think he's a New Yorker and he just says it how it is, and I love that. But anyways, the reason why I say the whole car wash thing is when I test drove it and looked at it and yada yada, I climbed underneath it, and underneath this thing is not rusty. It's still black coated frame, you know, and it has I think it had 135,000 miles on it. And in Minnesota, you know, that frame would be, there'd at least be some sort of surface rust or something happening down there. And it was like, I climbed underneath it, I was like, holy man, this thing's really clean under here. And I looked at the paint and I'm like, okay, well that's kind of two indicators that whoever had it washed it nice and might have kept care of it. I mean, I have no idea of actually knowing because I wasn't there, but doing my diligence and trying to figure it out, that's the only thing I can think of. So yeah, that's my little review here on the 14 Camry. So I've put on, I don't know what it's at now, it's 140 something, 143, 145. I put a decent amount of mileage on here, but I find this time of year I'm driving more than normal with YouTube stuff and just trying to get stuff done. And then along with that now, some of the miles that would normally be put on the van are put on the car because now we have something that we really trust. In fact, between the two, I'm unsure which one would be safer. This car has knee airbags, which I think is pretty unique, and they're a relatively safe car. So are these Caravans, but I'll have to do a review on the Caravan another day because we've had this now for a year as well. But yep, that's we're just hanging out here, but I thought I'd show you guys the little upgrades I did. I like the heater at this level. I think it keeps the garage warmer, you know, because the fan going pushes air down. But what I would really like to do is I would like to get some sort of heavy fabric or something, staple it up right kind of where these cars park, right in front of the cars, put like a little makeshift door, and high heat this back section and keep it at like 70 all the time. Because that space, although gets used on occasion for a project, if I'm working on something or whatever, this is how I like it to be. There's both cars parked in here, and then this area back here is my workspace. I like the vehicles inside, keeps them from not being so dirty, and I keep the garage at 50 this year, so when you hop in the car, like this morning it was 10 degrees outside, it's already 40 degrees warmer getting in that car, which is a lot. Especially when it's like 20 below, that's a hefty, that's nice. So, but I would really like to, the house leach worth of heat actually would heat this garage up, or heats the garage up to like 30-ish degrees most times. Unless it's super cold outside, then it drops to like 20. But honestly, I would prefer to just have this back area heated to a very comfortable temperature all the time. But I don't know if there's like heavy fiberglass blankets or something. Maybe you guys can help me out on that to see what kind of insulation. I like the idea of a heavy blanket because then when you need to get something through, you just like lift it up and head on out. But I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, and let me know how this microphone sounds.